What's going on, internet people? Thank you so much for joining me for yet another wonderful video. It's been a while. Trying to get on the routine for filming on Thursdays and dropping on Thursdays, but we might have to work out some kinks on that one. But Thursdays are the tentative date. That's what we're gonna say. Today's video is not gonna be too long. I feel like last week's video was a little on the longer side and didn't really want it to go on that long, so I'll try not to ramble as much for this one. This week I wanted to talk about a Twitter post that kind of sparked my interest and also sparked a little bit of frustration as well. And it has to do with this new movie, The Batman, that just came out with Robert Pattinson and Zoe Kravitz. Now, I'll give a disclaimer. I have not seen the movie yet, but I've heard it's pretty good. I don't think anything's going to really top The Dark Knight and the Christopher Nolan Batmans, but I'm going to go see it. I will come to that conclusion when I get there. What I'm talking about has nothing to do with the merits or the actual quality of the movie. So earlier this week, I was scrolling through Twitter and I came across a post by, I guess it's apparently a pretty popular like nerd YouTuber. Well, not nerd, but they focus on like video games, comics, movies, stuff like that. So take a look at this and then, I don't know, you be the judge. Let me know what you think of what he's talking about in this clip.
Another thing, and this is a little bit of a spoiler, I guess, so warning for spoilers. It's not a major one, but there were only a couple good people in this movie. You had Bruce Wayne, Batman, and you had Alfred. Those are the only two good white people. The rest of the three other major players that I would consider like overall like moral good people were, you had Jim Gordon, who's black in this. You had Catwoman, who's not white in this. And then you had the mayor, who's a black woman. Again, very much on the nose for current day Hollywood. Did not like that. Took a little bit off the score for me.
So after viewing that clip, I had to go figure out what I needed context. I needed more context behind what, if there was more before this, like that led you to this. I mean, there's really no excuse for saying that you were upset because the movie had more white people that were good than black people. Like, that seems like a weird criticism of a movie, but I digress. So I watched the rest of the review, and I mean, he had some good points in the beginning. I mean, he was giving some good criticisms, but then you get to the part where he's talking about how race swapping in movies, in comics, is the biggest no-no that you could possibly do in Hollywood.
Zoe Kravitz is Catwoman. I didn't know how I'd think about her. I really didn't. I'm not a huge... I don't like race swapping at all for any reason whatsoever. It's kind of inexcusable. However...
And I'm just sitting here like, these are fictional characters in comic books. Nothing about Catwoman is dependent on her race. You know what I'm saying? Nobody in Batman is dependent on their race. So I don't understand this logic. Now, this is not something that's like new for these type of commentators. Like, I've seen multiple videos in the last few years, wherever there's like a movie coming out by Marvel or Disney, just it could be anybody, DC. It's like anytime there's any glimmer, any morsel, any even smidgen of ethnicity or color in the movie, in the cast, it's automatically identity politics. It's automatically woke nonsense. And I'm just like, literally every film in the history of cinema has had a majority white cast for the most part, up till possibly literally the 2000s. I don't understand how people can really sit here and act like it's such a crime to humanity and it's such a blemish on film integrity to have black people in the cast. I don't understand it. Why is this an issue for you? Like I said, it would be different if like they race swapped the Black Panther, but the Black Panther is literally, the premise of him is being black. Like, so that's the only difference when people want to like equate the two. Nothing about Catwoman, nothing about Batman, nothing about pretty much any other superhero that's not like really based on, you know, like a nationality or their ethnic background. None of the race issues have anything to do with the movie. So I'm like, why is this an issue for you? I think I can probably make a few guesses as to why this is an issue for you. But regardless though, I'm just so confused with people like this. Like, out of everything you could criticize a movie for, the fact that there are more black people that are good, it's like you're literally exposing yourself. Why would you say something like that? So that means in your mind, if a black person is on the screen, they should be the bad guy, which is literally how it was for years in movies. Like, this is nothing new. It's just like a final, I don't know, death throw of these people. Because think about it, back in the days, it's probably people in the movie theaters that were like, oh my God, why are these, look at these black people, these colors on the screen, oh my God, what is the world coming to? We're leaving the theater, come on. This is something that's been a progressing thing. Like, we've gotten more representation as the years have gone by. And now people are just making up criticisms. Like, there's no explanation behind it. There's no rationale. It's just you don't like seeing black people on the screen. I just don't understand it. But I feel like this is a really big problem. Well, it's a big problem, but it's probably not as pronounced as it is. We probably have a lot of people who have, like him, he has a pretty big reach. So I mean, him talking like this, and he has a pretty big audience as well. Like, so it's not like he's the only person saying these things, but it's just like, what is this sentiment that you look for? Like, when I'm watching a movie, I'm not thinking, like, I've watched so many movies that had no black people in it. Strictly a Caucasian cast. And they've been good movies. But the moment we start seeing black people, Hispanic people, Asian people in films, in major roles, all of a sudden it's wokeness or it's identity politics. But it was never identity politics when it was no black people in the movies and just one race. So I don't know. I'm gonna go see the movie. I'm not gonna have that issue. I don't care. I mean, Zoe Kravitz she the one. So I don't understand. Like, it's just amazing to me, the logic behind these people. It's just a lot, and he doubles down on the point in a later video that I don't even need to discuss because you already know where this guy's mindset is. So it's not even worth me elaborating on that aspect. I don't know, man. This is why I just be watching the movies. I don't even be looking at these. It just happened to come up on my Twitter, and I was like, bro, this cannot be a real. I thought it was a parody, bro. Like, there's no way that somebody literally sat down in a car with a camera and recorded them saying such asinine things about a movie. Like, literally the most irrelevant criticisms that you could criticize a movie for. I don't know. But like I said, I'm not going to keep you all too long this week. I just had to talk about this to somebody because I'm like, dude, they're not real. They are fictional super people. One of them lives with cats. Well, that's not that. People do that though. Like a cat lady. But there's so many aspects of this that are like, bro, go touch grass. Like, it's not that deep. It's just a movie. This is not gonna be the end of the world that you see Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman and Commissioner Gordon is a good guy and he's black. I don't know. But enough of that. If you have any comments or want to let me know your thoughts on this, leave them down in the comment section. And if you can, make sure you leave a like and subscribe. But until next time, stay frosty, my friends.